Sounds like we have audio. Cool. Can we start by saying that it's 5 a.m. and I've been up all night fiddling with the stuff. That's a good start. Sounds like we have audio. Cool. Can we start by saying that it's 5 a.m. and I've been up all night fiddling with the stuff. That's a good start. Putting the iPad up to my ear. Cool. Step 1. Make space. Early morning, indeed. It's like sun is up. It's 5 a.m. No, it's nothing uncommon for me to stay up all night working with tech. As a dad of a toddler, time is so precious that to get anything done, sort of have to do it when everyone else in the family is sleeping. That's okay. What was I gonna do? Yes, we're gonna take away all the GoPro stuff because we're not gonna have GoPro stuff today. Rather, I'm done with it. Or am I? If I'm not, it's good to have it in the bag anyway. So I'm gonna find it. So I think this rig so far has gone through 2 packs of zip ties. I am addicted to zip ties. They are like the best invention ever. Hi, Jose. Do you guys like zip ties? Especially these that are reusable. So they have a little tab you can click. Absolutely amazing. They're not as strong as the old-fashioned kind, but for the stuff I do, they're plenty strong. I mean, maybe you can't use them as cuffs. Are you up early or up late? I'm going to adjust this ball head a little bit. It seems, let's go upside down, chat. Seems like it's, or just lay down. That's acceptable. Seems like it is a little tight. Do you like this camera angle? It's awesome, am I right? There's a little grub screw, so this is what we're adjusting. There's a little grub screw in there. And my hex tools didn't fit, but then I realized, isn't there hex tools in this thing? I think it is. What do you think it is? Maybe 2 millimeter. Not 2 millimeter. 1.5 millimeter. That it was. I can't make my mind up if I want it to be firm or if I want it loose, so when I undo the thumb screw it just flops about. What is the most convenient way to use it? We need to tighten it more. Chat, let's disconnect you. Let's put you over here. Can you sit there? Maybe I can shove you in there. No, I couldn't. Sorry for making you dizzy. Stay. Oh yeah, that's what I was doing. So I'm modifying the arm. Ah, that's why you're over there. I knew I was doing something and I forgot what it was. I'm modifying the arm. Cool. But apparently this is more important. Right now. Nice. That's better. Good morning, Kron. Thank you for that resub. How you doing, buddy? I am absolutely tired, but I'm in a good mood. I've gotten heaps done the past 3 days. So I stayed up like all night working the past 3 days to sort of catch up with the streaming upgrades that we are doing. Been fun and exhausting at the same time. Currently I'm just doing some renovations so that I can stream the upgrades. This is not the upgrade. This is just fixing. So the upgrades we're doing, repairing rather, this is repairing. But the upgrades we're doing is so that we can do IRL streaming with multicam and an easy way to go in and out of the car. And more antennas and modems for better internet connection. Tighten it even more, but that seems good. I think so, Kron. Kron asks if we're going to do any longer trips this summer. I think so. It depends on how good the setup becomes. So the community is sort of in charge of everything, right? If the community enjoys it, we might travel throughout Europe. If the community doesn't like it, we might go to Serious Parents in Uppsala. You know, which we're doing anyway, so why not stream it? But if it's good content, we might travel just for the content. I mean, it's not just for the content, it's also that we kind of need a holiday. I mean, it's been a while. So that would be very nice. Where did the clamp go? Did I put them away? I did. I was dreaming a little bit earlier how nice it would be to have a minivan and to invite people from the community to come and road trip with us and have that set up with like multi-camera in the car. So it would become sort of an interview style where you can have one camera on each passenger and one person can be in charge of camera switching. So there's some upgrades that needs to be done before we can do that, but it's all possible. Speaking of possible, this does not seem possible. Can do that. Maybe will stay. How do I make it stay? Chat. How do I make it stay? Can I tighten it until something breaks? And maybe it stays. Nice. Oh, hi, Moby. Stay. Chill. Also, why is this so dark? Night shift. 2 months. Thank you. I think we need to clean up the desk a little bit. What are you up to, Moby? It's very early. Are you like me, who's been up all night, or did you just wake up? I hear Ebba upstairs. What time is it? 5:30. It's a little early for Ebba to wake up now, but he doesn't know that. Had to bring a vase. And there are a bunch more under all of this stuff. Chat, it's been like 5 days of constant screwing with this rig. But it's gonna be fantastic when it's done. It's like we're so close. We're so close to an amazing setup. So it's been like, this was built and I've teared it down to rebuild it sort of from scratch, but better. We've done streams with it and it's been a pleasure to use. Since we've teared it down, redone cable management, reorganized things. And the last change was to be able to put this in the car. So this goes on my back, or this is my back, and then that's the front, and that's the arm that holds the camera when we're streaming. And the computer and all of that goes on this rail here that does the streaming. That's what I'm live from right now. Can we move it? So the cable management right now is very temporary. But like this goes here. It slides on, the battery sits here. So like these sit here, 2 of them. And the goal is to be able to slide this off and all of the cables to be long enough, yet tidy enough when they're on there, so that when we hop in the car, this thing can be in the car, and then I can put this in the trunk. But since the antenna is attached to this, I also need a way to remove that. So I attach the antenna to the, like these protective bars, they come off. So I attach the antenna to that, so that I can remove the antenna. Oh, and I've mounted the mast. That's probably going to be very good for coverage. So internet connection is always the issue, right? It's going to be 100% better now than it has been, because this is on a pole, plus we have a second modem, and for that second modem we have an antenna on the car. This I've been fiddling with as well the past couple of days. It's going to be very good. We need to clean up more. It's like when we can't find anything, you know, then it's too many things all over the place. That we're going to install. Oh, more GoPro stuff. What, did the cat wake you up, Moby? Seems rude to me. Whoa, 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 whoa. Safe to see this solution is not sturdy enough. Oh, it was nice with the top-down camera. Well, I don't need to, I guess I don't need to have the whole thing here. Wait. So, if I just let me show you, chat. So this is the current setup for you right now. Let's make the cables longer. Whoa! Everyone is dizzy. So this is you, chat. This is the stream. It's not really the stream, it's just a wireless transmitter and a battery that goes to, well, here's the receiver and then into the mixer. And yes, this can be standing on the table and I can just mount the camera up here. But before we do that, let's go and make some coffee. How do I put it then? There we go, chat. Now you can come. Shall I bring chat? You want to come? I bring chat. You get to go. Did it die now? Yes, it died. What did I do? You can watch Siri. Must I figure it out? Did I unplug a power cable? Oh, I ran out of power. So this stuff has been on all night, so I didn't expect it to have too much juice. We have more. Don't worry. That one is almost out as well. Don't worry, we have more. We have more power banks. Just need to find them. Yes. Do we have an image? Seems very dark. What's up? Whoa! Glad you didn't see that. It's just a V-mount battery going flying. Later today, we are going to install an air cabin filter. Cabin air filter. Air cabin? The cabin filter in the car. And then we're gonna build a bracket that attaches underneath the glove box and holds a tripod head for the switcher and the display, so that we can be safe and convenient when we're streaming in the car. So I tore out the glove box yesterday and took the opportunity to clean the cabin filter. That's why it's not out. So like the car is in pieces. There's screws everywhere and yeah. But we're working on that. We're gonna put that back, build some sort of bracket. So there's gonna be some welding and whatnot. So why doesn't it work? Oh, now it seems happy. Now it seems happy. Let's see. Ta-da! Okay. So apparently this USB port on the V-mount battery doesn't turn on unless you tell it to. Now we know. Oh yeah. Do we need an airbag? Seems overkill. What are you up to today, Kieran? Work? Wait, it's a Tuesday, right? I really want to go to Malmö. It's probably not going to happen today. We have like it and spilled water on it at the same time. Going great. It's going fantastic, chat. Everything works out. aware I'm a very calm person. I don't normally toss things on the floor. Awesome that the stream was running for so long. We ran out of batteries. But they're coming back. They're on charge. It's gonna be fine. Have a good day. Coffee ready? Oh, died again. I'm glad this is not live. I can edit out all the technical issues, right? Ooh, I know. We have a There we go. We have a long USB-C cable somewhere. Ooh, where though? There it is. Awesome. Can I now put you up here? Sorry for making everyone dizzy. Can we clamp this and still use it? Sort of. Awesome. Until it falls, which... yeah, he might be soon. Let's go see if the coffee is ready. In 30 minutes, Ebbe and Siri wakes up. And Ebbe goes to preschool at 7. Cool. That actually works. Awesome. That one is running out of power, which is okay. It's only for the modem. Only. So how do we fix that? Where's my splitter? There we go. Now we're ready to commence the actual work. What is the actual work? We'll see. So the last thing we did is we figured out how to remove this, the pole. And if I manage to untangle it, Perhaps it's easier if I move this. There's way too much stuff on this desk. I apologize to anyone who's triggered. I mean, I know where everything is. It's just a little hard to get to. There we go. The modem is both booting up. We got blinky lights. I don't know if you can see them. So before this was attached differently, and I wanted to make sure it's sturdy enough. It's a little wobbly still. So what can we do to secure it better? Start with tightening the zip ties, I guess. Where's the plier? There we go. I love zip ties. This is if it just words. When experimenting, figuring out where you want things and how you want them. Like, I can't mount this permanently because I might, after streaming with the rig 10 times, I might figure out that having it right here, I get stuck in doorways all along. Like the antennas might break off and I might dislike it. I might want to place it somewhere else on the rig. So it has to be non-permanent, and then zip ties are amazing. I can probably lift the whole rig in this antenna now. It's very nice. Can we put it even tighter? Yeah. More force. It has gotten an IP address, but it didn't start to transfer automatically. But now it's back. Weird. New bugs every day. the way this is set up, I can hot swap the battery cable, so if I can power this lead that goes to the switcher, right? I can power it either from this end or from that end. So now I'm plugging into a wall charger. So right now it's running off wall charger as I'm moving this plug to this splitter, and then I can unplug the wall power again, and the whole thing runs off these two batteries. But I'll plug in the wall charger over here instead, because the batteries are probably in need of charging. Yeah, they're both half power. So this monstrosity has a few things that we need to deal with, like a few. Let's see if we can find all the cables. Makes it a little harder when I'm streaming from the rig as I'm working on it, but it's a very good test for the things that can go wrong. The idea is that we want to be able to disassemble it and rebuild it for different purposes during a live stream. Making a mess don't count. So Makers and Crafts, I'm making the ultimate streaming rig. I won't go into much into details, but I will show you all the details. I just won't go on and tell you about it. But stick around and you'll see. We will also be making brackets to make this car mounted. But yeah, right now we're making a mess. That's about it. Cool. So the streaming rig and battery unit will sit on the back, and this satellite station goes out, and on it we have the switcher and the wireless camera. So you are seeing me through this Holyland C1 wireless transmitter, well actually through a GoPro, but the GoPro sends the signal to this receiver. This is the mic receiver, and all of this looks much neater when it's assembled. This is sort of in pieces. And this is the power and the HDMI lead for the Sony a7S III that we use for a main camera. This is a secondary camera. And this is a power lead for the gimbal. So when this sits on the back, this cable goes around my waist, this sits in front of me, and then I plug in the gimbal and the camera. So if you were seeing it out of my point of view, I have the control panel here, and then I hold the camera in my hand like this. But on this suspension arm, that is the vest. And the setup is a joy to use. But we're rebuilding it a little bit. That's what we're making. And yes, I need a bigger desk. Too much shit. So most of these connections are temporary made. Because we're figuring out like how long the lead has to be. I want to be able to put the vest. I want to be able to put the vest down on the floor, and for the cables to be long enough that I can still stand up, so I can sort of take this off without having tripods to put it on. Say we're out on a hike, for example. I want to be able to go to the toilet, you know. Leave you guys. That'd be very convenient. And I feel like it's maybe 20 centimeters too short. The limiting factor now is the HDMI cable. We have heaps of HDMI cables from 15 centimeters to 10 meters, I think is the longest. So that's not the issue. But I don't want to replace it yet because I don't know how long I want. I just think that I want it to be a little bit longer. But we're going to fly the rig a couple of more times before we rebuild it and make any new decisions on it. Also, the USB-C cable for the ATEM switcher is a limiting factor. Currently, the USB-C cable is 40 centimeters longer than the HDMI. And I don't think they make USB cables longer. But this doesn't have to be USB-C because it's only a USB 3.0 interface. So that I'm using a USB-C to C it's just because I have it. But I can use a C to A cable, and that is longer. They might make longer USB-C cables, but this was the longest I could find at the time. But I mean, I bought that cable 4 years ago, I think, so things have happened since. The vest itself is pretty awesome. So I think we can disassemble the stuff from the vest and put the vest down on the floor. There are a few things I'd like to add to the vest. Cable management solution, for example. So this this cable to the switcher runs just alongside the arm. Again, if we're trying to show you guys how it works. Ooh. Might be difficult to get a sense of what's going on here. We can try. So the gimbal is attached to the end here, and this whole arm is spring-loaded, so it supports the weight. So it just hangs in there. You can adjust it, so it's perfect. And the switcher sits off a bracket. So the gimbal here, and there's a bracket that comes out that holds the whole switcher. So it's sitting sort of here, and the camera is on my right hand. fantastic. And nothing we're changing about that today. So we'll put this away. But what we are doing is we're trying to figure out the car mounting solution. And we ran into rain yesterday, that's when we stopped. So I'm gonna have to weld up some sort of bracket for that. It's very important for the safety that we don't have, like mounting this with Nog arms, magic arms, like this is not safe for a car. Like if you go in a crash and you're using like clamps and magic arms, this thing will go flying. There's a few extra things on it that's not gonna be on here, like the HDMI splitter and this is transmitter. Oops, are we here? So this thing basically takes HDMI and sends it to an iPad. It can do more things, but that's what I'm using it for. But that's not going to be on there. But the whole rig with monitor that isn't on here, a kilo, 2 maybe. So if you're in a crash and that goes flying, it won't be good. Let's put the chat display on for now. Just to get a sense of how much size it takes up. How much space it takes up. Plus then I don't have to carry it separately. I don't know if we're going to succeed, but the goal is to move all of this out into the car and continue to stream from the car. It might work, it might not. It might be, we might be doomed, chat. We might be doomed. But we are going to try. To have any chance of success, to better our chance of success. How much battery does this have? 29. Try to attach these things so they don't just hang in the air. But I don't have a spot for the HDMI splitter, so it will just have to live here and hopefully don't fly off. seem to have lost my Velcro strap. Let's use the zip tie. Did we do it? I think we did it. Whew. Nice. Now there's only the battery. I'm gonna go and see if I can find a different power bank. I had it just a second ago, but I probably put it somewhere smart, you know. I see it. Will go black for a second. Oh, it would be nice if these two can be attached together. Oh, that's so cool. Let's make that happen. How do I make that happen though? I'm running out of attachment points. So this whole monstrosity, it's a temporary thing. So we're just figuring out what gear we need on here. And all of the cable management and electrical is temporary. But once we figure out the perfect layout of this thing, where we can build a more managed solution. Like this is a 4 splitter, no reason to have a splitter here at all. This could be ran with just one cable that terminates, and instead of having these connections. there's no real reason to sort of take the wireless transmitter off. If you don't want to use wireless, I wouldn't take it off. It's too much hassle. So having a quick disconnect, it's pointless. So to have all of these be wired and soldered for security would be better. So I don't need to have a Velcro strap holding them in. And the HDMI splitter is temporary, just for today, for the stream. I'm contemplating how to attach these two together. It's not, I mean, it's convenient, but it's not absolutely needed. But if this sort of sat here, let me just remove the cable. If this lived here, and I could lift this as one unit, that'd be very neat. I mean, it's heavy. It's like 5-6 kilos, guessing. But that makes it damn easy to transport compared to carrying them individually, because that takes up 2 hands. Maybe it can be mounted on the inside. Oops. Oh wait, that was just a charger. I thought I killed the stream there. Did I? I didn't? No, I didn't. You guys are still with me. I thought I killed the stream there for a second. Can definitely fit it on the inside. The question is how to mount it. So if I put it like that, because this stuff can all be upside down, that's fine. So I have one mounting hole available. This and anything lower can't be used because when you slide it onto the chest rig, the tilt-a-float, it goes to up here, but that hole is available. So say I'd put like a NATO rail maybe. So if I were to put a NATO rail here, I don't think that will interfere with the rig, but I think it can be hard to slide it on. Let's see if I can find here. So this A7S is going to be the car camera. I think it's going to be a very unique angle. We're going to have a 70-200 lens, and the camera is going to be mounted in the trunk to get a very compressed field of view. It might be nice. It might look like shit. So there's going to be, this is going to be the road camera looking forward, so 70-200, and then we'll have a 12 to 24 millimeter, that films the both of us in the car. And then we'll have, if I find a way to mount it, we'll have the 35mm filming Siri. And then we'll have a GoPro filming Ebbe, so that everyone but me have a dedicated camera. The reason Ebbe has a dedicated camera isn't really... so Siri will have a dedicated camera on her face because she's the talent, right? And then I will be in frame on the wide angle where it's both me and Siri. And Ebbe is sitting in a rear-facing child seat, so he won't be in frame. You'll only see the child seat. Therefore, we need a camera on him. So if you want to be a part of the show, we can do it. But I don't think we'll be filming him all that much. He sleeps a lot when we drive, so if it's sort of, it's okay to only have a GoPro for him. Only. Time is in 6:37. Need to go and wake up Ebbe. Chat. Siri must have snoozed. Are you sitting in the armchair waiting for us to turn on the TV? Can I lift you? Oh, you want to go on the cross trainer? Mama is gonna go. Oh, sorry, I should have told you. I thought the mic would give it away, but... I could be walking around with a mic for no reason. That wouldn't be the strangest thing ever. Sorry?
Where's the camera?
It's top down on the desk. Mama. Mama. Oh, there's a bird outside the window.
Because they technically aren't their own personality.
Ooh, she goes deep. I don't know if you could hear her, chat. But she was being philosophical. Then, as a spin-off, isn't it technically always raining?
Somewhere.
Somewhere, yeah. Somewhere. Nom, 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 nom. So, could I fit this here? Yes. Because when I slide it in the mount in the car, it won't go that high anyway. Can this now slide on there? That is the question. I think it will clear. Like if this works, it will be the luckiest thing ever.
Är den inte lika god? Är den inte lika god?
So the cushion on the backrest might be a hindrance. It would need to be down here or taller. If it was taller, like there, I could attach it. That's not a lot. Do we have a building block that would allow us to put it up taller? I have a riser that's already attached to the other side. Oh, wrong camera. So I have a riser here, but I need like another one or two or three. So how do we do it then? Are you okay? Are you getting eaten by a vicious baby? I mean, if it's just to secure it. So it doesn't slide off. It doesn't probably have to be very tight. That was inconvenient. So maybe I can get away with using a ball head. Like that, maybe. Then we have to make sure I don't get that in the back when flying with the rig. Oh, that wasn't. Couldn't attach it. These mini ball heads are the fucking worst. Sorry. Don't mean to complain. I want to formally apologize to everyone who got to listen to me complaining.
I have to leave right now. My friends come beyond over.
Let's flip it. So the center of gravity becomes in the middle of the unit. Oh, and then that's in the way.
Oh, vilken stretch! Oh yes. Andra strumpan. Oj. Vilken väg. Kolla vad fina! Det är mina nya leggings. De har inte rört på det innan. Alldeles nya.
Then we lock it. So it works, except for the fact that ball head is not up to par. Other issues include the fact that I can unplug this. So other issues are that the transmitter or receiver, the receiver sticks out a little much down there, so it needs to sit a little higher for it to rest on top of here. But it doesn't necessarily have to. It can be there.
Vänster. Det känns jobbigt.
Let's see. This one can be removed.
So who's hanging out?
It's only lurkers. Well, pretty much only lurkers. There's been a few chatters. We're on the front page. So there's like, I think 12 chatters and 130 viewers or something. Moby and Kron has been here. Yeah. I think that's it. Did he bonk? Did he bonk? So, chat, do you think this thing is wireless now? Is there anything I've forgotten? Maybe. We'll try. We'll see. Everyone is dressed. I can film over here. Let's see. So this thing is just temporary, but I still need it. Put it in my pocket. Can I carry this in just one? No way, I have the antenna as well. But yes, it works to carry like that. Cool. This is a wireless IRL streaming multi-camera rig that is being built out for the ability of using a Steadicam, a gimbal, car mounted, and home mounted. So the envelope for what it needs to be capable of doing is absolutely insane, in how it needs to be able to be rebuilt during a live stream, mind you, to be able to do multiple tasks. Technically, the stream right now, I mean, even you right now, you are streaming to that one, right? So technically we could jump in the car and drive to the end of the earth without going offline, which is absolutely insane. Right now you're watching through a GoPro, but again, we can hook up 4 cameras at the same time. That's pretty neat. How I'm filming right now is not as neat. Thank you for being patient, as I am. Are you going to preschool now, Eva? Oh, I need to come and give you a kiss. I need to come and give you a kiss. Oh, you two are so cute in your hats. Oh, mommy hat and Ebba hat. Have a good one. Bye. Oh, my heart. Oh. Let's put this on charge again. You guys get to go up here again. I wasn't really ready to go outside yet. That doesn't work. This setup clearly has some issues to work out. But that's okay. I'm enjoying the ability to put these two together, but it has to be a very much more secure mount, because right now it's a little weeble bobble, and I'm contemplating whether or not that's worth it, because it's like, unless I have carry handles for it, you know, it's not very usable. And this mounting point is how I attach the gimbal, so I can't use that. And I guess this can be used, but then again, that's not strong enough on its own. I need some sort of spine to this whole rig. Right now it's only like magic arms and glue and hope that holds it together. I mean, not really. I mean, yes, really. So this plate is very secure. That's not gonna come off. That's good. So this stuff is perfectly secured. And then this bit is just being held on with like one tiny ball head. That's not okay. But it only has one screw hole. Unfortunately, there's not more mounting points that I can use. So whatever I put there is not going to be sturdy enough. I guess I could clamp around. Maybe. And instead of having this NATO rail, we could also have a Manfrotto 501 plate. Or I mean, this is the plate, but we can have a Manfrotto 501 tripod there. But it might be too thick. My back is like here when I'm using this on the tilt-a-float. So I can't go higher than that, which was so good about the NATO rail that it's very low profile. And here that it sticks out doesn't matter. How tall would it have to be, the NATO rail, to fit here? There would be sort of perfect. That means I want it to go back as well. Angle-wise, that would be okay, but the clamp is not wide enough to do it. Okay, let's put this away. Oops. So the clamp fits here, but there's no way to mount the rail. It would be so nice if it worked. It would be so nice if it worked. If I could just clamp it right on here. It would be like very secure and nice. Also, if it had 2 screw holes, that would be even better. Let's see how on the tilt-a-float, right? How far down can I technically have it? Move the arm so it's easier to handle. The arm weighs, it doesn't weigh like too much, but it's so wobbly that it becomes heavy to handle. About there. Let's see if we can show you where the NATO rail was attached before. Whoop. That's the screw hole. Whoop. So if that would have worked right there, it was literally perfect in that where I want the backrest, it would have bottomed out on the NATO rail. Which is nice when you put it on, when you slide on the backrest, then you get that positive lock, so you know where you position it, and that is nice. Oh! Do we have any photographers in chat or videographers? So whatever I put here, how much margin do we have on the locking plate here? Quite a lot. So if we were to find something that ever so slightly protrudes down below that screw hole, the 1/4-20 hole, that would be okay. And that's a good thing. Makes it a little less impossible to figure out. I had the idea, we have a bunch of screw holes here. What are the odds that they align with the slots? So that I could be like screwing up through it. What are the odds that a screw fits here as well? I mean, that's just a drill to fix that. I mean, these are not metric. If they were metric, I would have so many screws. Since these are 1/4-20, we're a little bit limited for fasteners. Oh, that won't work. It won't work at all. If I mount it that way, I can get 2 screws in there, I think. That one isn't long enough. together. Wait, I have to put it in on the inside because it doesn't have a cut slot, so it doesn't slide on a rail like this. So this rail, it's meant to go from the other side with like a big flat round screw that slides in here, but it works just as well from the other side. You just need longer screws. They're threaded top and bottom. So there's one thread here and one thread here, and there's no threads in the middle. And since this one doesn't have a cutout, it can't slide in the middle. Let me show you what I mean with cutout. So this screw here does not have threads on the lower bit. Only at the top it has threads. And that's to slide in this groove. So if I were to put this in here, great example. Since this has the wings, it doesn't go in the slot. This is the screw that's supposed to be here. And again, it has the threads only at the top. And then when you put it in, it slides along here, so you can mount it wherever. And neat bit is the screw can't come out. Since there's no threads and it's tighter in the middle, it can't come out, and it can't go out through the threads because you need to wind it out. So if you have something attached on the other side, even if it's not super tight, it can't come off. I don't think this is as long as the other one. No, I need the length of this. Good idea, but it won't work because the hole doesn't line up then with the other screw. Okay, back to the drawing board. If it could slide, it would have been fine, because then it could have slid down so I could align the other hole. But it can't slide because it's not cut out. And I could go and file down the threads in the middle. But this screw is much better used elsewhere. I have a new idea. Too bad I couldn't get it perpendicular. That's a bit unfortunate, but not the end of the world. Maybe it would work with a bit of angry force without breaking it. The question is, will this hit my back when using it? I don't think so. I think that would be acceptable, the height. That is. How would it fit on the rig? Oh, that's nicer. Then I can hold here and carry the whole thing with one hand. Very nice. Then I don't need a dedicated handle because this is such a good grip. Huh. Just kidding. Black. That is not, it's not a terrible idea. I enjoy that quite a bit. Of course we have to, before I try to get this to be perpendicular, because it would be nice if it were perpendicular instead of angled like this. But instead I'm gonna figure out if it fits in the car. So there is the small chance that this NATO quick clamp will protrude too much for the Manfrotto plate that it sits on. So it's a quick detached plate attached to a quick detached plate, and I want it to be able to attach here and also in the car. Solution, if it doesn't work, is to put a NATO clamp in the car as well. But I enjoy the idea of having the Manfrotto plate. I think it's a little firmer in how it fixates, because it has the pin and the one screw, so it can't rotate. Sure, a NATO clamp with 2 screws will also be very secure. I love NATO clamps. They're so small and simple. Very good mounts. But yes, the question is, can I slide on the tripod head? This is the plate for the tripod head. Can I slide it on far enough without hitting the NATO clamp? Let's put them back together again. Now I'd like to have 5 hands. That would be very useful. Don't worry, you haven't gone blind. I'm just swapping camera battery. We're back. Come with me, Chad. Let's go outside. Darling, do you remember the suction cup mount for car window?
Yes.
I think it's been on the floor.
Last time I was playing with it last time I saw it.
Yeah, right. So some it's gonna be amazing!
We'll be naked. Don't come up there.
Is that a threat?
But do come upstairs.
it never is. What is this? Yes, right. That one as well. Laughing at how many cables and how many things goes into this setup. It is ludicrous. Oh, hi again. I brought some pocket lights so I can see what I'm doing in here. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. So, I don't know if you were here when I said, but finished I did not yesterday because it started raining and the vacuum cleaner was outside the car like it is right now. It's on the ground, and I didn't want to ruin the vacuum cleaner. Right. And then the T25 bit. There's been mice in this car. I found a nest they had made, very old. Let's see if we can get in there now. Ooh. You want to see? So the air cabin filter, which is what we're going to put in first, it lives in here. That's the slot. Right in there. Actually, I can't see in there, but the camera can. So we can figure out if there's anything in there that we can vacuum up. I think it would do good with a little vacuuming. Vacuum is too big. Don't fit. I have a solution. I have an idea, at least. I have an idea. Come, let's go and explore this idea. I think there is a And the air filter. Oh! That's a mess, chat. Someone else will deal with that probably, right? Unlikely. Okay. Oh yeah. Awesome. Let's put you down again. Actually, let's only put the transmitter down. Because you are my eyes, chat. Without you, I cannot see. Sorry, not sorry to do this. I'm gonna shove you in there. Oh yeah. Could you sit here on your own? Like, that would be too lucky, wouldn't it? Dangling off two cables. I don't think. Whoa! I don't think it will last. How do I hold the camera so I see what I'm doing and vacuum at the same time? Maybe like that. Awesome. Let's see if we can get around. Could use more light. Do you have any mouse droppings down here? I don't think so. They mostly were like above the glove box. They were above the glove box, on top of it. Yes. Let's reassemble. Man, I should have a magnetic mount. We're gonna make a magnetic mount. I can't see chat. What are you up to, chat? This is what we're gonna put back as well. Just so strange how much of the car you need to disassemble to change the air cabin filter. I guess there's no other way to do it. I mean, it's supposed to sit there, apparently. Apparently, that's how they do it. Bury it deep in the car. if someone takes a stopwatch and measure the time it takes to install this, then we have a good idea on how difficult it actually is. And when I took it apart, it was the first time, right? And first times are always difficult. So I don't think it's that big of a deal. I'm not saying I would like to do this on a weekly basis. But luckily you don't have to. There we go. Is that good? That's good. And then we have to remember the order of things as well. This one goes in next. Oh, you fell down, chap. Stay with me. Oh, yes. So this thing didn't need to. I didn't need to disconnect anything. Just needed to pull it off its mounting location, which is here. All right. Yeah. 2 on the bottom and 1 on the top. Too easy. That wire and loom seems like it would be in the way. I mean, it's in there, so maybe it's good. Maybe it's good. So you might think that I'm in the wrong category for being in makers when doing automotive repairs. I'm not doing automotive repairs. I just happen to, arguably maybe I am. I just happen to do this at the same time. So what we're doing is we're making a streaming rig. So we're going to be building some brackets and stuff. Don't you worry, I'll get the grinder out in no time. Oh, easy. There's 2 clips that goes in as well. That one. Where does the 2 go? Does the 2 go up there? It can't reach down there. Must be up here. Yeah. I love these connectors. They are so satisfying. I just, in general, automotive connectors are absolutely amazing. It goes in this way. Hindsight, this could have gone in first, because now it's, I have to put the cable out of the way. It's a little tricky one-handed. Now I should have a friend who reaches around for me. It feels like cheating using left hand, you know. Much better with a friend. Oh, there we go. I was overdoing it. And then, that is so cool. The blue connector, where does that go then? Oh yeah, up here. I mean, it's more turquoise, I guess. Teal. And here's the blue connector. Now you might ask, how do I know if I did it right? There's no way of knowing. If I don't have spare connectors, I guess. Like this thing, I think is for the floor lights. Think. That aluminum is supposed to be there, I guess. Nice. So the airbag goes out from the top. That is cool. I was worried that the airbag would come here, which would make it, if I put like a display here, right, then the airbag would, the display would fly in your face, right? Hi Olympic. Volvo ECM. Yeah, I think that's the ECM. Maybe this is like the convenience computer, sort of the door locks, the electric windows, all of that shebang. I think this is not like controlling the engine. It's not the ECU, but yeah, maybe it's called the ECM. What do I know? Oh, you used to work at Volvo? Oh, really, Olympic? I think you've said that before, now that I think about it. So yes, I was worried that the airbag would come out here. It makes sense to me. But it comes out up here when it's exploding. Oh, fuck. No, nothing is broken. This, you have to take it out to get to the cabin filter. So we have, the cabin filter is trust me, okay? It's in there. Now we can get my pokey here. Here. There's a, maybe I can see it better from underneath. Yes. There's the door. This is the door. So you have to remove this box and the whole ECM to get to, I mean, the ECM you could probably leave in. I think it could be enough just removing this one, and it comes out with a clip. Maybe. But then you have to take this wire out anyway, so then you might as well. I mean, yeah, okay. Maybe not. Hi, Seek. This is a V60 from 2015. Volvo V60. So now, I'm really wondering what this is for. Maybe it's for this. What is this supposed to hold? This is the... Is this the light? It's not two lights in the glove box. So one of them is light. Is the other one like the switch that turns the light on? Could be the switch. Could be. And then there's this cable, which, look at this. Mice damage. Lovely. This is for the phone. This is the SIM card pin holding thingy. Junk. I mean, we don't use it anyway. We don't use it anyway. I don't want to know what a replacement costs. It's like 2 strands of copper still intact, and it could easily be spliced and put heat shrink around it. Put in a new piece of wire and heat shrink, so I could easily fix this, but I'm not going to. I'm just not gonna use this. We're not gonna use the glove box at all. Now you might think I'm crazy. What? No glove box? Can it even be a car if you don't have a glove box? Is it a human right? Where do you put your gloves if you don't have a glove box, you might say? All fair concerns. We're not gonna have a glove box because I'm gonna mount a bracket in here, and it's perfect because we have this bar here, solid as fuck, and then this up here is like a solid steel bar as well. There are some bolts for this bracket that I could sort of piggyback on. I don't want to use this one. This one is a little flimsy. But maybe I can undo this bolt and put in my bracket underneath it. There is also, but I don't think there's any threads. No. Is it through hole? Can I see it from the other side if I light? No, it's not through hole. That's just a hole. I guess if I use a self-tapper, I could put something in there, but it's thin-walled. No, I don't want to do that. But maybe these are not through mounted either. Are they? Are they not? Oh, let's send in the camera, find out. How does it look on the back? There is no screws on the back. Let's remove that light so we can see what we're doing. So yeah, there's probably just self-tappers. That's no good. That's a disappointment. Okay. Have I told you what we're doing? I've talked about brackets, have I? But I haven't said why. Let me show you. Ooh. Okay. This tripod is what we call placeholder. I guess now I can use the door as a tripod. Can you be my tripod door? Yes, you can. Nice facial expressions. Okay. Okay. So I want this tripod head to sit sort of there, but without the tripod, so that I can undo. Will this just work? Maybe. If we're lucky. Whew. We have some extra cables we have to pay attention to. Why are they entangled? Don't like that. How was this happen? So there's a bunch of temporary things and like extra chargers and stuff that isn't a part of the rig that makes it more, that makes it more tricky. But yeah, this is what we're streaming from right now. This thing goes here. Like that. So that, if I bring you in closer. So from my point of view, ignore that it's crooked. Imagine that it's straight, okay? So from here you can show a picture of Siri. I only have one camera plugged in now, but the idea is that we're gonna have, this is the wireless camera that I'm holding, and then this will be, normally this is camera 1, which is the Sony a7S III with a 35mm f1.4 GM lens. Super sexy. It's mounted on a gimbal. I am not sure yet if we're gonna have that as a part of the car setup. So when we are out and about, that's our main camera. But when we sit down in the car, it might be too inconvenient to mount it. It's on NATO rails, so it's not impossible that I'll find a solution. And if I do, I would like that one to be Siri's face cam. So maybe put it over there. Again, if I fit it, but it might be difficult to fit. But if I can fit it by the A-pillar, so it's filming this way, I can film, to explain what I mean. Sort of like that. Now this is a wide angle lens, and the 35 would make it sort of a portrait shot like this, but not wide angle. And then a Sony a7S Mark I with a 12mm will sit here in the middle of the dash, sort of there, filming both me and Siri at the same time, if we can make that work. And that will be sort of camera 3 maybe. And then camera 4 will be a 70-200 that is in the trunk. It's not there now, but imagine in the middle of the trunk. I'm gonna move the child seat as well to be on this side. That will be our road camera. So that will film like straight forward on the road. And the reason we go for a 70-200 is that nice compression. Dude, Zeke, I do need a camper to fit all of these cameras. But we don't have one. And yeah, it's on the wish list though. Really, that would be nice. But this is gonna work one way or another. We're gonna make this work. And the GoPro I'm holding now, I mean, that would be perfect to film Ebba in the child seat. And then we have chat here, right? So we can read chat, switch cameras. I said mute the mic, you couldn't hear that, but whatever. This is not the GoPro streaming through the app, no. So this is the GoPro. I mean, this is the GoPro, right? Can I do this? Maybe. Yes. Turn around. So you're now seeing. Optimistic to see there's something on this screen. Okay. Can I? Whatever. You get the idea. It's a GoPro, but it's not streaming through the app. It's streaming through a HDMI cable that goes into that thing, which is a V-mount battery and a Holyland C1 wireless HDMI transmitter and receiver. That one is sending the signal wirelessly to the receiver that is sitting here. You see these two antennas? That is, whoop, there, this thing, that is sending the HDMI into number 2, sits in here, and then it goes out into an HDMI splitter that sits right here. One of the signals from the splitter is going into this thing, which is a HDMI wireless transmitter that works to iPhones and iPads, which is how I get the preview right here. So whatever I'm seeing, on the phone is what you are seeing on the stream. So it's sort of a preview. Am I offline? Or is it just the iPad? It says I'm offline, but I can see chat. Hopefully we're still live. And it says I'm streaming. So let's hope we're streaming. I guess we can check. Well, let's presume we're live. I mean, you guys are chatting. Maybe you have an epic delay. Now it says I'm live. Good. Only chat. This is a GoPro 7. It's the 7 is the last model that have HDMI without the media mode. Okay, so this is a wireless transmitter for the iPad or iPhone, whatever you want to use, an Android, iOS device, so you can see what's going on. It's a temporary thing. I don't think it's going to be a part of the setup. We'll see. The other split of the HDMI goes in this cable down to this, which is a LiveView Solo, which is doing the streaming. And it has 2 modems. One modem attached here, and then this modem that is on a pole. This is on a pole because it goes on the on a Tilt-A-Float, which is a gimbal support system. So when we're out hiking for several hours, I have sort of an arm that is holding the camera for me, so I don't have to hold the weight. So this whole setup that is in the car now, when we go to our destination, right, when we arrive, all of this packs up and mounts on top of a chest rig, sort of, with an arm and a gimbal and more cameras. And the GoPro, right, it's wireless from this thing here. So I have one camera in my hand, plus I can give this wireless camera to Siri or anybody else and have multiple camera angles when we're out on a hike. So we can have sort of a first-person POV with the chest mount, and then switch back and forth between that, you know. So it's a overkill setup, but it's the only way that we can manage to create. This is just, we're doing setup stream, right? We don't even have more than one camera plugged in, but I think it's going to be a joy to watch IRL content with this setup. This setup is not for me. This setup I'm building for another streamer here on Twitch called Siri. It's my partner, and she's been a full-time streamer here on Twitch for 7+ years or so. So yeah, this setup is for her, and I'm her tech support / camera guy. And what we're doing here right now, after explaining this, it's really good to explain things because it makes me think about the setup and what we can do to make it better, simplify it perhaps. I mean, I would love if everything, like all of these components were just one unit. That'd be fantastic, but such thing does not exist at this point. But I think it's going to in the future. There are like really interesting units that can do almost this, but not all of this. There is, for example, a unit called YOLO box, which is a switcher like this one and a display in one unit, but it does not have bonded internet connection, meaning using multiple data connections. This I can plug in 6 different connections to it and run 6 different internet service provider to ensure the best possible connection, and it will put all of the connections together, creating one better stream. There are a lot of failover services, so you can have multiple modems, and when one goes down, it goes over to the next one. But with this unit, say I have 4 connections, and each connection is 1 megabit. It will send the stream divided in 4, so that the Twitch quality will be equivalent to 4 megabits, even though each individual modem only has 1 megabit. And if you have a failover system, it doesn't work that way. Then your stream will only be 1 megabit. But this thing makes it so it will be 4 megabits if you have 4 1 megabit connections, which is really nice. And it's good for redundancy as well. Like currently we're streaming at 9,200 kilobits per second, so 9 megabits on 2 connections, which is more than you see on Twitch. On Twitch you see 6,000, but again, this is streaming to a server, which is then making as good as possible 6K stream. So since I need this one, I might as well use this. That's really cool. Is it working well, Zeke? Zeke says that he's following a dude from Australia, and he got a Starlink, which is Elon Musk's space internet, and he has combined that with a backpack just like this one. Well, they call it a backpack, but it means it's just a tiny little device, but you gotta have batteries for it and space for modems and cables and stuff, so it turns into a backpack pretty quickly. Though I have never liked using this out of a backpack. Yeah. Basically doing it stationary. The most amazing thing is if the Starlink would be fast enough to move the dish that you could walk around, hike, do a proper IRL stream and have the Starlink internet. From my understanding, the Starlink is it has like a motor, so it can turn the dish to face the satellites, but that it isn't terribly fast. And it would not work like if you're spinning around, looking behind you and moving about if you had that mounted to your back. Oh yeah, so you mean that Zeke says that Starlink also comes with a pod that will send Wi-Fi 1 kilometer. So that's probably just a very good Wi-Fi, and then you have the Starlink down to your location, and then you have 1 kilometer of range around it. 1 kilometer is not enough. Our last hiking stream, we trekked for 6.5 kilometers. Sure, that was around the lake, so from where we started to the far end of the lake, we were probably only 4 kilometers away. But also at 1 kilometer, what kind of throughput do you have? Probably not a lot. And upload is harder than download. So it's like so many things. Yeah, with this setup, plus a camera and a gimbal, the setup weighs 17 kilos with batteries, and that's just with one camera. Yeah. For the first couple of times we ran this setup, I carried the gimbal in my hands, right? And just the gimbal without the streaming rig and without the V-mount batteries, it weighs 6 kilos, and I still have pain in my elbow. Like I still have an exhausted elbow, and this was 2-3 weeks ago. So that's no good at all. Which is why we got the Tiltafloat, which is a support system, basically the robotic arm that holds the gimbal for me. So the gimbal feels like it weighs nothing. I can even make the gimbal hold my arms if I want to. That's a game changer. That's a game changer. I'm procrastinating, chat. What we're doing now is going to be a challenge. DJ and live streaming. What makes me look like a DJ? So this tripod I want mounted a little further down. Shall we try to get it in position where it's perfect? Let's bring in our trusty door tripod again. So I get both hands. Oh, really? Mixing and running around. That's cool. That's cool. And he's doing it live. I love people who innovates. I think maybe we can use clamps. Problem is, I have 4 clamps, right? I have 4 clamps. Right now 2 of them is mounted to the roof. I don't need 2 on the roof. I can live with 1 on the roof. So that gives me 3. So I could put, but they are imperial. The clamps are imperial. And I don't have arms that are long enough to mount. I don't think. So I'm probably going to end up building a bracket here. But how do I attach that bracket to the car? This is going to be like a fairly permanent installation. Also, to be able to stretch your legs out like this, fully, oh my, look at this. Oh my, look at this. Why do people have glove boxes? Without it, you can sit with your legs straight. Whew. This is how you ride in a car. If I lean back the chair a little bit, I could sleep here. It's epic. But the tripod won't do it. It won't work. Can't have it like this. It's in the way. Do you even know the way? A tripod is only temporary. If you just tuned in, I'm trying to figure out the ultimate position to have the monitors in. I don't want the monitor to disturb the view, because it's very nice when you're riding a car if you can see out the windshield, right? Even if you're not a driver, the driver, it's still nice to see out the window. I just realized there's nothing that dictates that the ATEM Mini has to be horizontal. It could be vertical. Oh man. So I have the rig. I haven't decided yet if I want to run an iPad or if I want to run just a monitor. The iPad Mini that I'm using now is equivalent in size to a 7-inch preview monitor. Perk of having a proper preview monitor is brightness. They get incredibly bright. And for the car, it would probably be fine with an iPad, but for outdoors, it would be a big upgrade to have a monitor rather than wait, that was the wrong cable, right? Yep, I already have the cable. To have a monitor rather than an iPad. If we're going to have an iPad, it's going to be the iPad Pro 10-inch or 11 or whatever it is, the small one. And that is bright. It's quite bright. It's passably bright. I think in SDR, is it like 600, 700 nits? That's okay. Not perfect, but okay. And why it's so good to have the iPad? Touchscreen, and you can have chat on it. If I go for a monitor, I need to have like a mouse, trackpad or something. Good morning, mother. Why I don't sleep? Don't have the time. Why are you awake? I mean, it's 8:30. It's no longer 6 a.m. In my head, it was 6 a.m. So yeah, if there is an iPad here, it could rotate like this. And it would be very easy to read chat, and it's out of the way. It doesn't go over the hood line. And it would be much easier. Let me go and get it. No, let's not get it. I changed my mind. Let's pretend this is a camera, right? If I want to put the camera here. Beautiful camera, right? There we go. So if I want to put a camera there, it would not only film the setup, which if I had it like I did before, it was not very good, because it would have filmed the back of the setup. Oh, this is loose. Like it's spinning on me. I'm going the wrong way as well. Another thing to consider now that we know that the airbag comes up here, we could go to the internet and see if we can find the airbag deployment. Like, how does it look when the airbag deploys? Do you know that, chat? And I mean then for this specific model, because the airbag comes out from the top, not from the side, from what I understand, looking in underneath the display. So Volvo V60 passenger airbag, not off. There's a lot of, well, here we have a XC60, they should be the same. I think, maybe. If we can get through the ad. This is a later model. Yes. Oh, it's so fast. Speed 0.25. Let's try to figure out now. It looks like it should come up and out. Yeah, definitely. Like it fills up the whole space in the windshield first. Like, which means that we could have the display here. Oh damn, you can only see the... Wait, maybe we'll get a view from the other... No, let's go back. We saw the drivers first. And it blew up and it covered the... Because the side view is really the best. Yes, here we go. Yeah. You see the drivers, it deploys directly towards the face, but the passengers comes up and out. Awesome. That means that we could consider mounting it right in front of us. What would be good with that, you ask? I shall consider this. Pole as well. The pole to the right of me? Oh, you mean the A pillar and the B pillar, yeah. It's like a curtain that comes down. If we're talking airbags. Oh wait, wrong Wi-Fi. There we go. So how would that work? Too much English in the morning, yeah. Yep. So it would be really cool having it here, but I don't have a but. There's no real reason not to have it there.